Back into the wind, 423 yards, bunkers on the left.
Pulled this one just a little bit. That brings that bunker down the left into play. It stays out of the bunker, but nestles down in that.
Things right. So we take a look at this golf swing, and we're going to look at this in much greater detail as the show goes on. He still has that wide takeaway. Look at that right scapula, how full that shoulder turn is. It's a little bit longer than it was when we saw him in 2015, but the right hip does not move near as much towards the target as it did early in his career. It's still moving up, and we're going to look. Randall. Well, he's obviously, you can't see where he wants the ball to end up. This is a bit of an elevated green with the drop-off. It needs to be precise and guess accurately coming out of the rough.
Just see him have to dig that out of that heavy rough there, guys.
Pretty good result.
What a great shot.
Certainly take that. You could. Great second shot to get it to here, and now Tiger with a chance for birdie at hole number 1.
He always had a beautiful swing of the putter, a lot of opening of the face and releasing of the toe. As a matter of fact, on the various SAM labs, he had the most open and closing of the putter of anybody on the PGA Tour, some 8 degrees.
And I think one of the things he's comfortable with is that putter.
13 major championship wins in that putter.
There's something to that. You're looking for any mental.
Of course, it is just that, but Tiger has this left now for par.
On anybody's list of top 10 putters of all time, Tiger would be there. Some would probably rank him the best putter of all time. I'm not quite sure I'd put him there, but...
What he does here, as you can see, uphill par 3, wind is coming out of the left there, and that flag cut front right. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to draw the ball and hold it up, or work it with the wind here into that flag. It's probably a 6 or a 7 iron. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons this is so exciting, watching him come back, because we're just trying to get a feel for where he feels like his strengths are right now.
Yeah, and I think crosswinds are always difficult when you haven't been playing much either, is to trust that. A little more of a solid off swing there.
Come on.
And that's, you know, one of the reasons why...
Another chance for birdie, this time at 2.
We made 2 eagles yesterday, didn't make a birdie in the Pro-Am, and that's always interesting. You'd think you could make a birdie around this golf course. You've played it, Trevor. It's not, there's birdies out there, and it's pretty exposed. We talked to the wind, but there's plenty of opportunities, and then to not make any yesterday, this would be a good chance to get something really kind of started in the right direction.
Sure, 5 par 5, so there's plenty of scoring up there, but second hole in a row, he's left himself with a makeable uphill, at least give himself a run at it. He had a great putt on number 1, I thought. A good speed out of the bat there.
He talked about the speed after the Pro-Am that they had.
Big breakout year. Of course, who would doubt that after watching him at the Ryder Cup?
Now Tiger pulled his opening tee shot. Let's see what he does at 3. Heard someone in the background say that's huge.
Well, when you pick a tee up that quick, that's usually true, too.
And it's a fairway hit for Wood. Iron in hand.
There is a bunker to the right of this green here. Wind coming down and out of the right, so we'll see what he goes with. That looked a nice swing to me.
To win in his 40s. This is his second now at 4.
You can see there the marina development in the background. Coming from the waste bunker here. Looks like he caught it a little heavy. Sometimes comes out left when you do that. We're going to get to see another pitch shot.
It's really easy to get in a little steep, catch it a little heavy off those kind of lies, a little bit more powdery than it may appeared.
Nice lie here for Tiger. Let's see what he comes up with. See, I like that action, Brandel. To me, when Tiger chipped, he's got a beautiful angle there down the line. Earlier, as you see the great contact he made, where you could
say that the demons that we've seen a lot of from Tiger are gone, or is it the rest of his life? It could crop up at any time.
Yeah. Take a look here at Tiger on the 5th hole here.
Small green here to this par 3. Looked like he was trying to hit a nice high fade. Beautiful shot.
Beautiful.
Woods now live for birdie, a chance to tie the lead at 2 under.
Another nice uphill look here. Be able to give it a run.
He tried to do that. Got just a little left of where he liked, but it might be okay.
Yeah, it's good lands.
I would say check off all some pretty good things. That was a 3-wood. This is his first poor shot of the day. Lost this right.
Kurt, that swing looked a little shorter than some of the other swings we've seen with the longer clubs.
That was a little steep there, and you could tell that ball was up and spinning.
And that was exceptional.
There you go. Good touch.
Routine had changed. Last time I was down there, went down in one of my rare workouts, engaging those lower spine muscles to be able to support that low back. And it's really paid off. He's dropped a few pounds and looks a lot leaner and feels really strong. And he has backed off a little bit on the heavier weights, which I know that has been a little bit of a change for him. But I think overall he has stabilized that low body and can...
Spectacular condition. 7T, Tiger Woods.
Something other than driver there for Tiger, and a nice easy swing, just laying it up on 7 here. 7's only 340 yards. He drove it hole high in the Pro-Am yesterday. The wind's a little more out of the left, not as quite as much.
In nearly 16 months. Nice to see him smiling on the golf course, Kurt.
Yeah, it is. This is
As we go to 7.
And Tiger Woods second here at the short par 4.
leave a pretty full sand wedge that he can spin. I mean, looks pretty good, right? I mean, you know, Gary, I just, you know, he's just comfortable right now. I mean, looks pretty good. I know it's early, and
it is, Kurt, and I like the fact that he said, you know, he thought
it's been a brutal stretch. There's any question about it. You know, 3 back surgeries will do that to you. And even for this guy who, you know, a lot of people consider the greatest player ever, Noda, it's not easy to come back from all that.
Not at all. Great opportunity to test his stroke here. There is almost no break in this putt.
That putter, we'll talk a little bit more about it, Gary. About 10 feet right behind the hole, just flushed a 3-iron right at it.
Well, Kurt, this is not a 3, it's a 6. It's going to try and work it back using the wind, trying to ride it right to
1
left.
yard. Leave it 1 yard. Stand here. Stand here.
Well, it did at the par 3 fifth.
That is 4.
The needle.
He's looking. It appears that he's going to hit a similar shot, just like you described, maybe a tiny cut off that bunker. And it's not cutting. This is going to be trouble.
Up in the dune.
I think records that probably will not be broken for quite some time, at least in our lifetime. These rocky areas, there is some very hard ground underneath here that could cause some one of those shots we all hold our breath on. And that barely got out, but it's going to be fine. This is a 4-iron. Tried to cut it, just not responding, staying straight, just left of the green.
Yeah, he's going to year 2015 and 16. Amazing. Tiger Woods now is 4th at 9.
Get up.
And that by far was the hardest shot around the green he's had all day. And contact to create a little bit of spin to hold it.
replay here of this little pitch, and we're going to zoom in right at the ball to try to see the contact. And as you have talked about, you can see clearly the leading edge grabbing the grain of the grass. Tiger for a bogey 6 at the 9th. Upper left is Kuchar with his putt for birdie. Okay, so Tiger with his first drop shot.